Today, we're going to tackle one of the biggest, most common frustrations for any leader: resistance to change. Why do your best ideas sometimes hit a total wall of opposition? And how can you, as a leader, turn all that friction into forward momentum? Let's get into it.
I mean, you've been there, right? You introduce a change that you know is necessary, it's a brilliant idea, it's the right move, but your team just digs in their heels.
And this isn't just annoying, is it? It stalls out important projects, it can absolutely crush morale, and it leaves you with that awful feeling that you're working against the very people you're trying to lead forward. Now, the easy answer, the one we all hear, is that people are the problem, that we're all just hardwired to resist change no matter what. But today, we are going to completely bust that myth, because it turns out resistance is rarely as irrational as it seems. And to really get this, let's take a quick look back and see how even the absolute smartest experts can get totally blinded by the way things are right now. History is just littered with these kinds of predictions from really powerful people who just could not see the future. Can you imagine being the banker who looked Henry Ford in the eye and told him his vision was just a passing fad? Oof. And listen, these weren't foolish people. These were experts at the top of their game, and they were incredibly successful and comfortable with the way things were. Their resistance, you see, it came from a place of expertise, not from a place of ignorance. So the really crucial point here is this: resistance isn't just some random emotional outburst. It's a powerful and often pretty logical force, even at the very highest levels of power and knowledge. Okay, so let's dig in here. What if we've been looking at resistance all wrong? What if it's not some big wall that you have to smash through, but it's more like a puzzle that you need to solve? So instead of thinking about this like it's a battle of wills, I want you to picture something with me. Imagine any change you propose is like asking someone to climb a mountain. They're just standing there at the bottom, looking all the way up to the peak. And this, right here, this is the whole idea in a nutshell. They're not necessarily against the destination you're pointing to. What they're doing is weighing the effort, the risk, and what they have to give up just to start that climb. So to lead change, you have to get down there with them and see the mountain from their point of view. So what is actually going on in their heads at the base of that mountain? Well, every single decision to start climbing or to stay put is governed by four hidden forces that they are constantly weighing. First up, there's the pot of gold. This is the reward, right? The positive outcome waiting at the summit. But here's the key question: is it a big enough pot of gold for them to make the climb worth it? Second, you've got the steep climb. This is all the hard stuff, the effort, the risk, the new skills they'll have to learn, the sheer difficulty of the journey itself. How intimidating does this climb look from where they're standing right now? Third is what we call the mermaid. Ooh, this is that seductive call of the status quo. It's the comfort, the familiarity, all the benefits of the current situation that they are really, really reluctant to leave behind. It's everything they have to give up just to take that first step. And finally, number 4, we have the alligators. Now, these are the real dangers, the actual risks of staying right where they are. This could be the company failing, their performance declining, or losing out to a competitor. These are the things that should be snapping at their heels, pushing them up that mountain. Now, this whole mountain thing, it's not just a clever metaphor. It's actually backed up by a lot of research. Let's take a look at how real-world data lines up perfectly with this whole framework. So, get this. A 2022 study of healthcare workers found that a staggering 71% feels psychologically unprepared for change. 71%! I mean, that makes that steep climb feel completely overwhelming, maybe even impossible, before they've even taken a single step. And that same study ranked the biggest reasons for resistance, and the data is crystal clear. Being psychologically unprepared, that's the fear of the steep climb, and simple inertia, the lure of the mermaid, are the two biggest hurdles. And a lack of information, well, that just makes both of those feel even worse. And all of these other common fears, they are real, and you can tie every single one of them directly back to our mountain metaphor. A fear of failure, well, that makes the climb seem way steeper. Lack of skills makes it seem impossible. And things like breaking up a really great team, well, that just makes the mermaid of the old way seem even more appealing, doesn't it? Okay, so knowing all this, how do you, as a leader, stop just pointing at the summit and actually start guiding your team on the journey up?
The key here, the real secret sauce, is to match the right strategy to the right fear. You can't just use one approach for everything. If the fear is a lack of skills, you provide training and support. If it's a lack of trust in you, well, you need to build agreement and encourage participation. This is all about transforming their why not into a here's how. So here it is. Your job is to address all four of those forces. You have to make that pot of gold look bigger and shinier from their perspective. You've got to minimize the climb by giving them the tools, training, and support they need. You must acknowledge the mermaid and show real empathy for what's being lost. And finally, you have to clearly and honestly expose the alligators, the true cost of doing nothing.
Ultimately, overcoming resistance isn't about overpowering people or just pushing them uphill. It's about being a guide. It's about making them feel capable, safe, and truly motivated to climb that mountain right alongside you. So the real question is, are you ready to stop selling the destination and start guiding the journey?